Welcome into another edition of the Rocky Top Rundown, your one-stop shop for all things Tennessee athletics. I'm Andrew Waters.
And I'm Reed Smith.
On Monday night, the 11th ranked Lady Vols Basketball team hosted the Indiana Hoosiers for an early season top 25 matchup. Tennessee looked to stay hot after beating UMass last week. Let's look at the highlights. We start with Tess Darby nailing a nice three for early points for the Vols. And on the other end, we have Rakia Jackson drive to the hoop with a strong finish for the and one. She would lead all scorers in the game with 17. Next, we have Jazz Powell, silky smooth off the dribble and to the hoop. What a finish. And you see your teammates celebrate. And on the next possession, we have another three-pointer from Tess Darby. She launches from deep, clear for takeoff, and she nails it. What a shot. And here we have Powell with a nice pass to Jillian Hollingshed, who nails a clean look from mid-range. The Lady Vols show some nice movement here to get the ball in the hands of Brooklyn Miles for the three. Great shot there. And now it's Powell with one more nifty pass to the corner to find Jackson for another three-pointer. And here is Jackson again. The Vols were on fire from behind the arc in this one. And to finish it out, we have some inside work. Tamari Key, great move and a strong finish. Despite the strong offensive effort from the Lady Vols, they still fell to the Hoosiers 79-67. They will look to rebound this Saturday against Rutgers in the battle for Atlantis. With the official college football playoff rankings being revealed on Tuesday night, we decided to make our own top four and see how our thoughts lined up with the committee's. Who do we have, Reed?
So we both have the same top four. We both agree with the committee. We first start off with the Georgia Bulldogs. They have played fantastic football. They have the best win, and they were last year's champions, so they deserve that number one spot. Who do we have at two, Andrew?
And at number two, we have the Ohio State Buckeyes. They've been explosive on offense all year, and when they haven't been as explosive, that stout defense has stepped up and been huge. They've taken care of business with everybody on their schedule, but in 2 weeks, they have a crucial matchup with our third-ranked team.
Yeah, so our third-ranked team is the Michigan Wolverines. They could be flip-flopped. They have a really good run offense, and their defense have really kept them in games. They haven't been tested yet, but we'll see what happens when they play Ohio State, not this week, but next week. What's our fourth team, Andrew?
Coming in at the 4 spot, we have the TCU Horned Frogs. All Vols fans are wearing a bit darker shade of orange Saturday as they had their fingers crossed that Texas would knock them off. But unfortunately for Tennessee, TCU stays undefeated, and they hold on to that 4th spot in the rankings.
Now, Vol fans, don't be too scared right now. ESPN still gives the Vols a 65% chance of making the college football playoff, with Michigan and Ohio State playing in 2 weeks, and TCU with that tough matchup, and they still have to win the Big 12. Now that we talked about the Vols in college, the Vols not only produced there, but they produced with the alumni on the greatest stage of them all, the NFL. Here's your updates on VFLs in the NFL from Week 10. Starting off, we have Justin Herbert, who finds his new favorite target, Joshua Palmer, for 24 yards and a first down. Palmer would finish the game with 3 receptions and 44 yards. Not to be outshined by Juwan Jennings as he muscles his way for 10 yards to get the first down. He refuses to go down here. Jennings would end up with 4 catches for 40 yards and a 22-16 win over the Chargers. Last but not least, here's Alontae Taylor with a big hit as he obliterates the Steelers' Connor Haywood. Taylor would record 6 tackles in the losing effort, proving he's already one of the best rookies in the NFL this season. Other notable Vols included Theo Jackson, who had 3 tackles and helped the Vikings prevail over the Bills in their no-doubter Game of the Year. Trey Smith, who is graded as the Chiefs' top defensive lineman by Pro Football Focus in their win over Jacksonville. And Morgan Cox, whose spotless play as long snapper has helped the Titans stay on top of the AFC East with their win over the Broncos.
With the Lady Vols soccer season coming to a close, Joey Petersen sits down with Claire Rain.
The Lady Vols soccer team has seen incredible success these last 2 seasons, and sophomore Claire Rain has played an integral part in this team since she got on campus.
My soccer journey began when I was 4 years old, when my parents put me in soccer, and then around 6th grade is when ECNL came out, and that's kind of like a higher level club, and that's when I started getting recruited, was around 7th grade. So in 7th grade, when you start getting recruited by colleges, you're like, all right, I definitely want to play collegiate.
And her desire was fulfilled. Claire joined the team a semester early in the spring of 2021 and ultimately worked her way into the starting lineup. She was a key contributor to a team that would go on to win the SEC championship. But above all the titles and the wins, it's relationships that she covets the most.
The chemistry on this team is like unbelievable. We are all so close. Like, we have practice every day of the week, and when we're not at practice, we're still hanging out with each other. We just create these bonds because, one, we're together all the time, and winning games, losing games, it still brings us back together.
The 2022 season might not have been as successful as the 2021 season, but these Lady Volunteers are still as close as ever, and their bonds that they've created will continue to last a lifetime.
Thanks, Joey. Well, everyone, there's always plenty of sports and big matchups going on here on Rocky Top. If you can't keep up with it all, don't worry. You can join us again next week for all the updates you need.
Until then, get out and support the Vols next week. For myself, Andrew, and all of our crew here, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Whew, that was the best one by far.
I think so, too. That's definitely the most takes we've done.